Hey guys, my name is Nicolette Mashile. I am also known as the Financial Bunny. Welcome to the Financial Bunny TV. Today I want to talk about a common misconception that often happens between freestanding homes and sectional titles and when levies are due. There's a thing where people think that if you are living in a freestanding home, it means that you are not going to be paying levies. That is absolutely not true. Right? It's important to understand that that is not what differentiates whether you pay levies or whether you don't pay levies. What differentiates whether you pay levies or not is either your home is fully yours and it's yours, or your home is yours but is part of a scheme. Now, the moment your house becomes part of a scheme, chances are there are things that are called common property that need to be taken care of. And that's when levies actually arise. Now, before I get into fully this video, please do remember none of my videos constitute as a financial advice. If you are looking for financial advice, please speak to somebody that is certified and registered with the FSCA. And I'll give you an example. I currently live in what is called a freestanding home. So freehold. That is the other favorite word that the property people love to call it, right? Now, I also have properties that I'm renting out that are part of a apartment block. And often we think that because those are attached to each other, therefore there's going to be a levy that needs to be paid for that. And probably, yes. Why? Because they are part of a scheme. And I always explain this. When you're buying into a sectional title, you are basically buying into a business that exists, right? So you're buying into a scheme that already exists. So there's a scheme. People bought into the scheme. So you guys are all the Stokvel members who paid and bought property in this scheme. And for you guys all to make your money, yes, you make your individual rental money, but the scheme must actually operate and be solvent for you guys to all win at the end of the day, right? Which is why it's very important to make sure that you don't buy into a scheme that is badly mismanaged. And I've got a friend right now struggling to sell one of her properties in a scheme that is got historical debt. They can't even trace back to who are the owners who didn't pay their levies, to a point where this scheme is actually just falling apart. So the person that she's trying to sell to has asked to see the financials of the scheme, and they're like, this little problem that you're sitting with is going to cause me problems. In fact, I had another conversation where I was coaching two guys. I think they belonged to a little investment club where they all bought property. I think three of them, they bought one property together, and now they're struggling to sell that property because the scheme is mismanaged. The scheme is actually broke. It has no money. Okay, so very, very important. Now, let's go back to the levies. Levies are generally amounts that are paid as part of a scheme so that you can pay for the things that need to be taken care of so that the scheme can run. It could be things like having an accountant, an estate manager. It could be for common property to be maintained and well taken care of. It could be for security. So for instance, where I live now, we pay our levies to make sure that our pools get cleaned, our gardens get maintained. We pay for the common property, which is the pavement or the driveway that goes all the way to the gate. We pay for the gate. We pay for the security. We pay for off-site and on-site monitoring. We pay for all of those things through our levies. We pay for the guard through our levies, right? Even though we all live in what is called a freestanding home, a freehold. So we're all part of what is called a homeowners association. So the 9 owners in the estate are part of the little Stokvel where we all bought a home. Now in a sectional title, it's a big apartment blocks, and all of you guys are part of what is called a body corporate, and you're all little Stokvel members as part of the body corporate, and you're probably going to pay levies for the gate, for the clubhouses, and all of that stuff. The only time you're probably not going to pay a levy is when you've got your own yard, your own, there's nobody else that is using anything that belongs to you. You may find that you may even pay levies if you are in a boomed off place. There are some instances where people are in a boomed off. Yes, they live on freestanding houses, but because they've got a boom, they need to pay for that guard and all of those things. So they pay a very marginal levy, small levy. So very, very important to understand these types of things so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you're buying a freestanding in an estate and then shapaka levy statement at the end of the month and you're like, oh, but I bought a freestanding. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.